So you're Joe Thomas. You
All day.
You tweeted about us like a week or two ago. I just woke up and saw on Twitter I had a whole bunch of notifications. How did you find us?
I like to blow people up on Twitter for good and bad. And thankfully for you guys, it was good this time because I actually bought some of your cheese bars on Amazon because I'm a big keto guy. Like when I lost my weight in the NFL, I got into the low carb diet. And so I'm a big fan of just trying things in general in life.
Yeah.
I kind of believe that, you should try everything once. And so with my food taste, I also kind of like to try a bunch of different stuff. And being generally a low carb eater, I like suggesting things to other people on my social media. And I like to try stuff myself and kind of see what works. And, about half the time, the stuff that I buy on Amazon that I try that's low carb or 0 calorie is god awful, and I wouldn't even feed it to my dogs.
Yeah.
But thankfully, this Just the Cheese stuff actually was really good.
This stuff might work out.
This actually might work out for you. With my help, I think you really could have something here with Just the Cheese. So, no, I like to post about stuff that I've tried that's kind of low carb, that fits into that healthy lifestyle, keto lifestyle, and just share with other people that follow me that are also trying to eat healthy and low carb.
And it probably helped being a Wisconsinite yourself. I didn't have to sell too hard on the cheese part.
Yes. So 2 things. First of all, I love cheese, and I've loved cheese and beer since I was very little, which probably was good when I was gaining weight. Yes, in the NFL. But also, I am biased, clearly, towards Wisconsin people and Wisconsin companies. A proud Badger myself.
Yeah.
And so
you were a year ahead of me.
I was a year ahead of you at
And yet
Madison.
you're retired. That's just
Retired.
weird to say out loud.
Cheers to retirement, right?
Old bastard.
But yeah, I have a little bias towards Wisconsin companies. So after I bought the bars and I enjoyed them as a snack, then I had the little circle things. I don't even know what you call them.
We call them minis.
The minis.
So for you, you are a gigantic human being. Like, do you just eat?
Large
they
man.
They come in half-ounce bags.
They're small.
We have a 4-pound bag outside for you. So are you going to eat that in like a day?
That's my problem is I have to fast because when I eat the 4-pound bag. I can't eat just like the 4-ounce bag. So my only way to moderate that is by having periods where I just don't eat anything because it's easier for me to eat nothing than to eat just a little bit.
Oh, dude, my wife thinks I'm insane because I don't eat breakfast. And I keep telling her, like, if I have like a bite of scrambled eggs in the morning, an hour from now I'm going to be hungry. And if I eat, like a 5,000 calorie breakfast, I'll still be hungry at noon. It won't be like, oh, well, I'm good for the day.
No, that's not how I work. I'm just like you. Like, as soon as I start eating, I can't stop until I go to bed. And so I don't eat breakfast either. But, right.
They probably, I think, because we're like in the healthy snack arena, I've had to learn more about weird diet trends than I'd like to admit. So it's like, oh, are you doing intermittent fasting? It's like, no, because I still eat like a normal person. Like, well, what's your sequence? Like, what are you talking? Do you actually do?
But then you look it up and you're like, yeah, I am intermittent fasting. I just didn't even realize it.
When you were cutting all your weight, did you make a conscious choice of like, I'm going to be on a keto diet, or was it just, hey, I can probably just cut out carbs and be fine?
Well, I did as much reading as I could. I talked with the nutritionist for the Browns and talked to doctors and just tried to figure out like, all right, what's the best strategy for me to try to lose this weight? Because I had a really bad knee and the doctor told me like, look, if you want your knee to feel better, don't be such a fat ass. And I'm like, okay, gotta lose some weight.
Do you know how much shit that knee is carrying around?
Exactly. So I was like, all right, gotta lose weight. And I was really driven to start eating healthy because in order to gain the weight, I was always kind of a smaller offensive lineman. I had to eat a lot of shit.
Which was like
as a normal, tons of sugar.
Look, man, as a normal-sized human being.
Which you're kind of a big human as it is.
I'm 6'3".
Yeah, that's pretty big for normal.
But I feel like by Wisconsin standards,
you're
like
normal Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, and I've lived overseas where I took for granted that in my group of college guys, I was like the average size. And I hung out with the rugby guys. And so Wisconsin rugby guys are fucking huge.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm a normal sized person. Then I live in Asia for 6 years. And they're like, you are a giant. And so I'm just in my head like, hey man, you are a freakishly large human to me. So I thought it's pretty funny when you're like, oh no, I was on the small side for being an offensive lineman.
We'd go out with the offensive line and I would feel small because I'm 3'10", 6'6", and those guys are all like same height, but like 340, 350. And so I was like the little guy in the crew. But in order to keep my weight up to be over 300, which I had to be to play football, I had to eat a lot of crap, which meant tons and tons of sugar. And so then as I was kind of reading like how to lose weight and trying to figure out, all right, what's the best strategy, I came upon the keto diet, the low carb approach. And I guess I wouldn't say I was like super strict, but when I was trying to lose my weight, I was pretty motivated and driven to follow that low carb lifestyle. And then I did start the intermittent fasting, which really helped, like we talked about.
Right.
I'm a guy that
it's a fancy word.
I can't eat a little bit. I either have to eat a lot or nothing. Like there's no in between with me. It's a fancy word for you don't eat breakfast.
Yeah, they would get so many more adherents if they just changed their marketing. Like, it's called the don't eat breakfast
It's just
diet.
not breakfast.
Look, stop eating dinner by 7, don't eat breakfast, and you're cool.
Done.
Yeah, it was really easy like that.
But yeah, one of the sort of ancillary benefits that I didn't really fully understand was when I cut the carbs out, all of a sudden my body felt way better. I had clear head, I had a clear mind during the day. I had focus. I didn't have that fogginess. I wasn't feeling bloated all the time. And I'm like, man, this is really serious. This actually works. Like, I wouldn't have believed if somebody told me the food that you ate has a direct effect on the inflammation in your body and like how you feel during a regular day, unless I tried it myself. And it absolutely has that effect. So originally I was just kind of gonna go low carb to lose the weight and then go back to like eating whatever, but just less whatever.
Yeah.
But then I realized how much I enjoyed keto, low carb.
And once you do it, it's easier to keep doing it.
Oh, absolutely.
The first, when I was in MMA and I had to cut weight, it was like no carbs, no sugar, no salt, like, because it's just water weight.
Yeah.
And like the first couple days are the worst. But after like the third day, you're like, ugh, okay.